really look like Jesus. I mean, he had a bit fuller of a beard than I did, I feel like. Who I do look like is the guy that sells you weed. It's the fucking truth. It gets me into awkward situations sometimes. Like, people expect me to know where to buy weed or, like, how to get it in general. People ask, like, they ask me at fucking work. Like, why would I know, one, why would I give it to you while I'm at work? Like, they're eyeballing me the whole time they're in line. They're, like, 6 people deep, and I'm like, yeah, thanks, here's your... fucking guy's looking at me. Like, does he want to hit on me, which is fine? Does he want to, like, fight me after I get off? Like, what the fuck is going on? And then I get up, and I'm ringing the guy up. And he's like, anything else? Which is like usually what I ask the fucking guy, so right off the bat, that's awkward. I'm like, you mean like a cookie or maybe a bagel or something? He's like, no, like, do you smoke? And I was like, fuck no! What if I did? I'm at fucking work. Like, how am I gonna get you the weed? I don't have a fucking button on the register for a sack of chronic, dude. Like, it's not the time or the place. No one's gonna believe me when I say this. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. Just a personal choice. I don't care if you do. You drink as much as you want. Fucking get alcohol poisoning every day. I don't care. That's your choice. But it can make some social situations kind of awkward. Like, I'll be going to a party and a friend asks me to pick up something at the liquor store, and I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm 25 and I don't know what the fuck you just said to me. There's a store that sells that shit? That's insane. So, like, I go in, and since, like, I'm not used to being in a liquor store, I'm, like, eyeballing the clerk like he's gonna fucking kick me out for some reason. Like, I haven't established, yeah, I go to liquor stores. Like, I don't act natural. Like, yes, shopkeep 1 alcohol, please. Straight away, sir. I'm, like, fumbling for my ID. There's, like, 9 fucking cards in front of him. I'm sorry, this is weird. And I blame the awkwardness on the facial hair. Like, I know I look like I smoke. I fucking get it. I also look like I need to, like, be parked in an IROC Z in front of an all-girls middle school somewhere. Just fucking waiting for recess. It is kind of awkward. Like, that was an interesting yeah to have. Fucking right on. But also, like, people tend to make snap judgments. Like, I'm just at Walmart, and all I need is, like, a loaf of bread and Q-tips, because I like carbs and I have filthy ears. And, like, parents try to subtly, like, fucking, like, no, just come close to me, like that thing where they, like, just try to, like, windshield wiper their kid against their thigh. Like, what the fuck do you think I'm gonna do? Like, your kid's 7 years old, he weighs 60 pounds, there's another 30 yards to the fucking exit. I'm not in great shape. I'm not running anywhere with your kid. Like, what the fuck do you think I was gonna do? Like, grab him and run? Or you just think I'm just, like, the kind of dude that just walks through Walmart like, hey, fuck you. Fuck you! Like, I'm not gonna hit your kid. Like, I just want to buy Q-tips, man. Jesus Christ. I joined a gym recently. And originally, I was, like, super amped on the idea. I was like, I'm gonna get so fucking cut, I'm just gonna get in shape, and I'm gonna lift weights, and I'm gonna run, and feel good about myself. And I may have overdid it. I may have overdid it there a little bit. So I was like, you know what? Just scale it back. I just want to lose a couple pounds. And that was too much. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to gain any weight. I don't want to lose any weight. I'm just going to maintain. Like, it's just going to be a nice, even pace. And, again, too fucking much. But I managed to stay hydrated. And then I was like, I just don't want to be fat. Like, if I could not get, like, gross fat, fine. And now I'm, like, down here at the I just don't want diabetes level. That's my bar for fitness. I don't want diabetes. How fucking sad is that? And I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, actually, I could deal with having diabetes. Like, Wilford Brimley made all that fucking money hawking needles or test strips, whatever it is, diabetic people. Is it needles? I think I'm thinking of heroin addicts. But yeah, so losing weight thing didn't work out so well, which is fine because I discovered an item called Spanx. Does anyone know what Spanx are? Holy shit, the last time I had like one person like half clap, like, thank you for knowing what Spanx are. In case you don't know, it's like a body stocking that just like pushes all your gross fat against your body. Like, women don't look that way, cram it into yourself, that's awful. But apparently they make them for men as well, which I was like, I guess, that's, equal rights or something about voting, I don't know. But I was like, that's kind of fucked up, because I, for a split second, I was like, oh, I could wear that. It might be easier to, talk to girls or whatever, which it's not. But that'd be, a cruel fucking joke to play on somebody. I'm not, super overweight, but I'm not, the thinnest guy in the world, and so, I'm supposed to talk to you for 2 hours in a bar, and you're supposed to warm up to the idea of my pasty white body heaving on top of you 2 hours later in your darkened bedroom. That's not a time to surprise someone, oh, by the way, I look like boiled lasagna stuffed with marbles. That's awful, wasn't it? That's not the time to surprise, it's not a good time to, be like, hey, I'm fucking you, and oh, by the way, I'm kind of overweight. That's a bad time to throw that shit out on somebody. But, I have no transition, so I'm just gonna go in, and I got a compliment from a man the other day. But yeah, she knows what I'm talking about with the thing I said. Which isn't a big deal, it's whatever, thanks for the compliment. But the weird thing is that he tacked on the phrase no homo. Which I guess is a popular thing the kids do, is hate gay people. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? Which I was kind of offended at first, and I was like, you homophobic prick, who do you think you are? And then I was like, that's kind of weird, because I didn't think you wanted to fuck me until you made it a point to tell me that you didn't. What kind of neurotic inner monologue does that guy have throughout his whole day? No one thinks I'm gay, no one thinks I'm gay. I like your shit, no homo. No one thinks I'm gay, no one thinks I'm gay. I'd hate to have that guy's life. Jesus, and also, then I thought, I was kind of horrified, because, oh my god, what if I just, look like someone who hates gay people, and he was gay, and he was trying to, make sure I didn't, freak out. And even then, what did he think I was gonna do? Freak out, just, you fucking faggot! And I was just gonna, beat him to death in front of a Walgreens? What did he think was gonna happen? It's 3 o'clock. I have Valtrex in my bag. I'm not beating anybody up. That's herpes medication, in case you were wondering. Speaking of sex, getting laid is getting harder and harder because there's lots of websites that do background checks. And I saw a commercial for one, and it had this pregnant woman talking, and she said, no one comes near my growing family without a background check. That's something a fucking crazy person says. No one comes near your family? It must make ordering pizza super fucking awkward. Domino's, large pepperoni pizza? Yeah, I ordered it, but I'm gonna need you to pee into this cup real quick. You're not getting on my doorstep unless I have your social security number. Speaking of compliments and no homo, I was also had a thought that maybe I didn't know how compliments work. Maybe tacked on to every compliment is the implicit desire that you want to have sex with that person. Which made me kind of worried, because I've been giving compliments most of my life, and I think I've been sending a lot of mixed signals. So it kind of explains why after I went to lunch with my mom and I was like, oh mom, you look great, she hasn't called me in 2 weeks. Yeah, she thinks I have some kind of awful Oedipus complex. It's gonna take years of therapy to work out, probably. And it's awkward to say after I spent time talking about my mom, but speaking of sex, there's a show on television that I feel is the most horrifying show in the world, and it's called I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant. That's a horrifying concept, if you know what I'm talking about. Apparently I know nothing about the human body. You can just have a fucking baby growing inside you and have no idea. A baby doesn't just happen. That's just not, oh shit, baby. That's not how it works. There's a process, and you read a book, and it's something about a class. I'm not sure how that works. So I won't have one because I have a penis. I'm not saying that's a good thing, it's just, I'm stating fact. But yeah, it's fucking horrifying to think that, and I was thinking, they're not fleshing this idea out enough. They should have a whole block of programming centered around the idea that the human body is fucking horrifying. And I didn't know I was pregnant would be in the middle, and it would start with a show called I Forgot I Fucked You, and then it would be I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant, and then they would cap off the block with I Left My Baby in a Kmart. Yeah! That dude makes babies in Kmart's, right the fuck on. You probably make a lot of people happy. Like, we decided to name them Space Jam t-shirt because that's what we found them next to. They probably still sell Space Jam t-shirts in Kmart. I have no doubt in my mind. But yeah, oh man, I'm gonna have to cheat. Which I don't do normally, ladies. I'm a very honest guy, usually. Spent a lot of time talking about sex, but it's fine, because I try to have it all the time. I heard a couple guys talking. I was at school the other day, and like they were throwing the word slut around, like, oh, such a slut, I'm gonna have sex with her. Whatever the fuck it is guys say. They probably lie about how much sex they have anyway, because they're fucking guys. Like, yeah, I have sex with all the vaginas in the world. That was me! I'm sure you fucking did. Whatever, just give me my fucking coffee. I need to get to work. But this word slut is really weird because, like, for the purposes of their conversation, it was just like a girl who has sex all the time. Which I think is fucking fantastic. Like, why is that a big deal? Like, have all the sex you want all the time. Like, but, like, don't rape people. That's, like, don't do that. Don't fucking pin that shit on me. A comedy show! No. Take care of business right now. But the weird thing is, like, why wouldn't you want to have sex with someone who's had a lot of sex? Like, wouldn't you want experience? Like, just do me a favor. Think about the first time you ever had sex. I'll give you a second. I did that too. Oh my god, these things exist? But like, do you really want to have like half that experience every time you have sex? Like, that's a little fucking creepy. Isn't it? Like, I don't want any experience. I want to have to reteach someone everything that pleasures me. Like, that sounds horrifying. Like, imagine if you were in a restaurant and you were like, hey, I know the guys in the kitchen have been doing this for years and like they know how to prepare food perfectly. If you could just have the fucking busboy cook my steak for dinner, I would appreciate the shit out of that. Like, go for experience. Like, imagine the best service you've ever had at a restaurant, but just like, you know, applied to your genitals. Like, that would be fantastic. That degree of care and intimacy. Different strokes, different folks. I don't like a lot of eye contact with my fettuccine. You get what I'm saying? I think you might. I'm Patrick Shreve, and that's been my time.